Good evening, Krishnan College, or whenever you are watching this. My name is Akshay Krishnan, and today we have a wonderful guest, my friend who has registered voters, interned at the DA's office, and even founded a multicultural celebration amongst a plethora of other amazing achievements. Please welcome Vincent Nguyen to Krishnan College. How's it going, Vincent?
I'm doing well, Akshay. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. It's great to talk with you tonight. I know you're in Virginia. Hopefully, let's hope the distance doesn't affect the conversation.
Yes, so for those who don't know, this is actually our second attempt at this as we had slight technical difficulties in our first run through, but fingers crossed, hope it works this time. So, Vincent, why don't we just start off with a quick introduction? So, just feel free to introduce yourself and we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, my name is Vincent Nguyen. I graduated from high school in 2024 and went to community college and have just finished my associate's degree just this month.
Congratulations. Woo!
Thank you, thank you. And I'll be transferring to Lehigh University as a political science major in the fall.
All right, sweet. So, Vincent, you mentioned that you started out your collegiate career attending Montgomery Community College, which is our local community college in North Penn, and it's a school that offers plenty of great, amazing programs. So, what did your application process look like to Montco, and what opportunities did you get through Montco to eventually propel you to join a prestigious university such as Lehigh?
Yeah, so just to explain my thought process the whole time, the primary reason for me going to Monaco was just the financial aspect of it. We saved a lot of money. I think just in the 2 years that I was there, we spent just under $20,000 and I came out with an associate's degree. And now that I'm at Lehigh, the work that I was able to put in, and the opportunities that I got at Monaco, um, are now allowing us to pay even less at Lehigh. Uh, I think Mako is a great opportunity for those in our area. There's a lot of scholarship opportunities. Um, and I named the primary reason. The second reason was also because I had a zero point 0.8 GPA in sophomore year. Um, I explained it all in my LinkedIn post if anyone wants to check it out.
Yeah, follow on
I'm
LinkedIn.
not gonna rationalize it here. I just wasn't locked in. Um, And I did get into a few universities. I tried to make an academic comeback, but it just wasn't enough time. So I just thought in the 2 years I spent at Monaco, I'd make a comeback so large that I'm able to get into the universities that I really want to go to and those that will give me even greater opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. I think that your story is like really powerful. Like being able to really pull off that like that huge lock-in. Like so I guess for those that are like in a tangential or similar situation, like what strategies did you use to really like pull yourself up from that situation? Because a point A GPA to like going from that to Lehigh University is a huge jump. So what strategies like did you use during your high school career and your application process to effectively showcase yourself?
I think the biggest difference was surrounding myself with like-minded people in high school and getting their academic abilities, learning from them, learning how they're able to achieve such high grades. I really owe it all to the people around me. Um, but also it's also a mind game. Like you have to be thinking, right, if you're going to community college, all your friends are going to these other prestigious institutions. You really have to throw your ego out of the window. My first semester at Monco, my thinking was, oh, like, like I could have gone to other schools, but they didn't give me enough money. Like I told that to everyone. Every day I tried to rationalize my decision and tried to like make myself feel like I was the same as my peers, but really like I didn't put in the same amount of work as they did in high school, right? And so now I have to lock in. Um,
Yeah, I think that like that right there is just the most like honest feedback that like you can get. And I think that the amount of things that you were able to also do at Montco is like super impressive. I mean, like we're gonna get into all of that very, very soon. But like, what do you wish more people understood about the choice of going to Montco? Because as you mentioned before our call cut out, like our society is full of really this looks maxing culture. It's yeah, like there's a
Ego.
big like
Yeah.
ego. Yeah, exactly.
Ego.
So I guess like what do you wish more people understood about that decision and just any other insights you have to offer?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just so much stigma around going to community college, and I think it's gotten better. But the most important thing that people need to realize is that no matter where you end up, if you're pursuing higher education, you are the same as all the people who are at Ivies and more prestigious schools. We're all pursuing higher ed. And so it's really like the professors that you have at community college are teaching at Ivies. They're teaching at four-year schools. So you're not getting an education that's lower quality than your friends. You're getting one that's more affordable. You're getting one that's closer to home. And I used to tell myself like, oh, I'm coping. I'm coping by thinking that, right? But it's genuinely true, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna very clearly see that. Like so for example, like I see here on your resume that you were able to get involved with the Woori Center, knocking on like over 150 doors and speaking to legislators. So so when did that civic work stop feeling like just volunteering and kind of start to feel like you're calling? Because from speaking to you, like I can tell that through your time at Montco, like you were able to really get passionate about that line of work?
There was That's a great question, Akshay, by the way. I just gotta
Thank you.
give you your flowers. I really It honestly happened a little late. It happened. So I started interning with them in high school, and I didn't like fully like realize the work that the organizations like that are truly doing until after high school. And we were door knocking, and one of the homes that we knocked on, just weren't they weren't angry at the fact that we were walking around door knocking. They were angry at the fact that like political pressure is being put on them, and not in the way that's trying to influence them, but the fact that someone is just trying to teach them their fundamental rights. And my coworker, I'm not going to name him just out of his own privacy, but he was furious. He was so mad. And I thought I was trying to make a joke out of it just because like, oh, like we'll get the next one. But he was fuming just because that resident was giving up their right. They gave it up just because they didn't feel like it. And so I really got to see how passionate people who work in organizations like that really are. And that was when it clicked to me like, okay, I can't just treat this like I'm just like any other internship or any volunteering organization. Like this is someone's truly passionate about this, and like to make a difference, I have to be excuse me, I have to be passionate too. I'm interning with them again this summer. I've been working with them for like over 4, 5 years. Yeah, they're goated. Like they're the reason why I'm here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Awesome. Yeah, so I guess if anybody else wants help connecting with that resource, like Vincent is a great starting point. So I'm sure if you just shoot him a LinkedIn message, he'd be happy to help out with that. Yeah, like 100%. And I guess building off of that, Vincent, like you've also had huge involvement like with PAU, well, and the peak, and you even had like a projection on the Pico building, right? So
Yes, I
like
did.
what does a moment like that feel for you? Because you described this situation of like trying to get people to come out and vote, come out and vote, and then like you're able to see like a tangible result of that. So like what did that like feel like for you in the moment? And like what advice do you give to like to others to truly respect like the magnitude of their accomplishments like that?
Another great question. It was like, just to be very blunt, it was so sick. It was so
Yeah,
freaking cool
Steven.
just
Yeah.
seeing going to Philly and seeing it up there. But in those moments, I always think to myself like, seeing the projection up there or like receiving a reward is never and should never be just a or feel like a culmination of your efforts, if that makes sense. It's not the end, and there's so much more work to do. And the award that you get and the projection you get on the Pico building is nothing compared to the people who are like on the like out there door knocking as we're having this podcast, probably somewhere in California, someone's out there, you know? So I think it's important to stay grounded. I'm just an intern. I just typed something up and my supervisors, they did all the communication there. But you know, you have to give yourself your flowers as well.
Right, definitely. I think that that's a great piece of advice to those listening as well. And and like just like a few more experiences like that you've been able to attain through like Monco and like through like your own like advocacy. Like I think that they include like you were at the Montgomery County DA's office and you also did research at Rowan University. So like through all of these opportunities, um like I'm assuming when you were applying to transfer universities, you had to find a way to kind of get all these experiences and like craft them into one substantive application that
Hmm.
truly portrayed your story. Um, like in the end, like in the essence of Vincent. So I guess how did you do that, considering that you're like passionate about so many ideas and so much research?
Honestly, it really just comes down to being somewhere at the right time or seeing an email at the right time, a LinkedIn post at the right time. I I think I try not to stay on social media, but part of me just cannot stay off of it because I can't let these opportunities go. I think there's so many opportunities out there online in your area, in your city that like people can take advantage of. Like the my internship with that DA's office was a program with the county. Like I didn't apply to that myself. It matched me with them. And I I think without resources like that, I honestly would have never found it. Yeah, I just
Right. Yeah.
and another piece of advice is to use all your resources as you can as a college student, as a high school student. Money is out there. People are willing to pay you to go to college, and people are willing to see you succeed. And so all those experiences that I were able to conjure up and work in, um, it was difficult trying to make it all fit my application and make it fit me. But the most important part was also trying like actually let me rewind. That's not the most important part. One important aspect of it is to make sure your descriptions for each of the experiences are cohesive. Like the DA's office, I'm looking at my resume right now. I spoke briefly about how I drafted the AI policy for the office, and that's completely out of nowhere. I work in civic engagement and immigrant rights. And then my next point on my resume is I got to work at an AI startup very, very briefly. And so that was just like that clicked for me. That was perfect. Like yes, like my interest in AI now has like there's evidence of my interest, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's something that is clearly emphasized is the impact that like, you've been able to make in every project. So I mean just from hearing you speak, I feel like your application was probably a huge success because you were able to clearly show how you impacted each of those diverse organizations that you were a part of. And it seems like they all really like come together in terms of like law, policy, advocacy, and like research, like coming together to make our society a better place. So like thank you so much for the work that you've done so far. And I'm honestly
I,
really looking forward to see what you do in the future.
I appreciate it, Akshay. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So we briefly like I've touched on this before, but in your opinion, what's some of the biggest misconceptions about the transfer process? like in terms of the deadlines or logistically or just anything you may find helpful to someone who's interested in transferring.
Don't get in your head too much. Don't self-reject yourself. And what that means is, if I can make a comparison, in video games, there's something called soft locking, where if you don't have a certain item at a certain point, you can't progress. And actually, that I don't know if that works here. My point is, don't like these college admissions offices are sometimes completely random, right? So never like you have to take your chances. I honestly wasn't going to apply to NYU, and I wrote my essay and applied in the same night, and I got in because I took my chances. Um,
Nice, dude.
thank you.
Congratulations again, man.
Thank you, thank you. My essay was buns, so don't like do that. You gotta like take a few weeks or months to write your essay. Yeah, you can't stay in your own head and doubt yourself too much, especially if you feel behind that about, you not being at the same spot as your friends. Um, transferring transferring is making your own seat at the table. Um, and the table could be filled with these Ivy nerds. You're a transfer student. You can sit next to them and you can go to the same schools. And I'm not an Ivy, but that's just like it's someone who applies to an Ivy, you know what I mean?
Right, right. I got you. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. Like I just heard that you were playing basketball before this, so it's kind of like you just got to shoot your shot. It sounds like you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah. Yes, yes, that's just great advice. So I guess like another thing that like that goes through a lot of students' heads, whether you're applying as a transfer student or just applying to any like four-year university. How do you stay motivated through a process that has so much waiting and uncertainty? I feel like you're really good at that, so I just want some of your insight on
Oh,
that.
thank you. I It's really just about your priorities. Um, of course, you have to prioritize what's in the present and the things you need to do and where you go to college and how that will affect you, your job you have, the what you learn is in the future. But you can't like have the good stuff in the future if you don't focus on it now. And your application is now, right? And there is no
Right.
future at those colleges if you don't just lock in on them now. And I know that's hypocritical of me to say because I wrote my NYU essay in the same night I applied. But the other ones I applied early, early as heck. If you have time, just do it. Really just do it. And I know that's easy to say, but something that helped me was to be more conscious and intentional with how I use my phone. I used to feel like I had no time during when I was applying. Like I had no idea how to fit these things in. Dude, look at your screen time. Like that's why you have no time, right? You get so much of your time back by just putting your phone away. It's yeah, priorities and put your phone away.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah,
Priorities and put your phone
put your
away.
phone away. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
for
yes.
sure. Yeah, so I guess looking ahead, Vincent, you are going to be attending Lehigh University. So what are you most looking forward to that experience?
The UN partnership. Lehigh University offers a great partnership with the United Nations that will offer students the ability or the opportunity to be youth representatives of different NGOs that are associated with the UN. They're also able to represent the different like schools that Lehigh has. Like I know someone's representing the College of Health at Lehigh right now, which is like, dude, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
They
that's
also
awesome.
that's
Wow.
really yeah, that's really cool, man. I'm trying to do that. I have a meeting with the director of UN partnerships next in the ne within the next 2 weeks just to try to get myself in there. Um, that like I said, I'm taking my own seat at the table, right? Like
Right, yeah.
there's people have been at this school since like their freshman year, and I'm just getting here, but I'm not gonna let that prevent me from having the same opportunities because I'm paying for this school too, dude. Like, you gotta get in there like a wedge, like a wedge. Yeah, that I'm excited about that.
Dude, like, um, you got to keep me posted on that, and like let me know if like there's some like live streams, or like if there's like any articles, or like for yeah, for anyone who's listening right now, like if you're in Model UN right now, like in high school, like I know that that's a very popular opportunity.
Yeah.
This can kind of serve as an extension of that, it sounds like. So it's super cool how like you're able to like kind of take your past experiences and like really build upon them in college, or if you didn't start them in high school, really just like you said, setting your own seat at the table. So I think that's really inspiring, and I'm actually gonna take that away for myself too, and really look to use that in my endeavors as well in the future.
Thanks, Akshay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I honestly, I went to like two Model UN meetings and I kind of just like messed around. So I'm really going into it
Yeah.
blind. Like I know Cassie did
Yeah.
a ton.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cassie definitely has Model UN ball knowledge.
she
So
does. She does.
yes. All right. So I think that we're approaching the end of our time, unfortunately. I wish I could like just keep talking because
I could be here all night.
amazing. Yeah, for sure. So okay, so I guess we'll just do like a final wrap up. What is one thing that you want listeners to take away from your story? Yeah, it's difficult
One
to just say like one thing.
thing,
So you could say a
yeah,
couple too if you would
one
like, or
thing,
just some.
thing I want people to take away. I are the viewers familiar with the term self-efficacy? If not, let me elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate. Go ahead.
Essentially, self-efficacy is how much responsibility you take for your own to ensure your own success, right? You could have all these terrible things happen to you. And although it's not like devastating, my family, we moved around a great amount of times before I finally landed at North Penn. North Penn was like my fifth school district. And
Wow.
part of that is the reason why my grades were all over the place. But I learned not to blame my parents, not to blame the situation, and take advantage of the fact that we're settled at this current high school, right? So
Right.
you are responsible for your success, and no one else can stop you from getting there. I had a point 0.8 GPA. Don't forget, sleep with that. If you have a 3.5 and you think you're behind, dude, you're not behind. Are you serious, bro? Like, bro.
Dude, I think that that perspective is like so like it just like reframes like the thought process. Like I feel like now, especially with like the proliferation of like the collegiate social media, like where like people are like posting about like how to have like a plus 4.0 plus GPA, like yeah, like just coming out of high school. Like it just shows you that like really like if you set your mind to it and you're passionate about issues, then like regardless of the past, it's like you can really make your own future. And I think that your story really showcases that. So thank you again.
Thanks, Akshay.
Um and and I guess like looking ahead again, where is somewhere that people can connect with you, or like if they have like any questions about projects that you're doing and like what you have coming up?
LinkedIn is the place to find me. You can probably just look up my name, attached with Lehigh University. Uh, Maybe you can leave my email in the caption or something. I'm always on my email and on LinkedIn. So those are the best ways to contact me. I'm more than happy to help someone form a connection.
All right. And with that, I think that we got a really comprehensive overview today of the transfer process, starting out at community college and like really making a huge community impact. So thank you again for your time, Vincent. I know it's very late. We're currently filming at 11:10 p.m. So just like thank you for your insights and staying on the podcast
Thank
for
you. Thank you, Akshay.
of course. All right. Episode 3 concluded. See you guys.
Bye, everyone. Point 0.8.